Yeah, you're probably wondering where's the rest of the videos. Well, to be honest, everyone, I literally lost motivation to make some. And it's not because I didn't want to make anymore. It's just that like five views I got from my Justice League Snyder Cut review, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. Like, I lost my audience, and I understand. Like, I left my audience hanging for nearly a year and a half, and I haven't actually uploaded a single video, so they're gone and they might have moved on to other content creators, and I completely understand. But here's the thing, everyone. Like, understand, out behind the scenes, like, I'm a very busy person. I work a full-time job, and I help my mother out. My house is falling apart, and lately things have been picked up a little, which is great. But in the end, right now, I'm still working on that. I'm nearly close to the process. I'm going to be getting my house completely repainted soon enough. And what I'm right now currently doing right now is that lately, where I'm working at, they've completely cut our crew. Actually, since March, they cut our crew in half. Then, well, back in December, it was a huge crew, a bunch of huge crew members. They cut us down about an eighth of our crew. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And then about a quarter of the crew was also cut down in March, and then after that there was another crew cut down to at least 3 employees. So I was like, well, crap. And from there, now where I work at, they already cut down just to one person and to work in an area that I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother. And it's at the smoking area where everybody smokes at over there at the casino. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. Because I hate to say this, but since I work at a casino, the people, the head honchos over there at the casino, they're fucking assholes. They don't like us. At least we were doing the risky parts while they're inside their offices doing a bunch of corporate bullshit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna even see them. And then lately I've been working on these other jobs and working at a gas station, and especially at nights, it's pretty risky. And I don't know, like, I'm thinking about doing a career change, but there's a lot of stressful things going on behind the scenes that I cannot even tell you guys that I'm on the struggle bus. But lately, like, the job that I was currently working right now is that I was doing really well since June all the way till December, and then we got cut down for like about a month because of the holiday season, and that they wanted everything to be settled down by the time. And by January we got back, but our crew was cut down a little. And then after that in March, they cut down our crew once again, and then they did it again back in May. And I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit. I'm not gonna work in this position. I'm not gonna work in an area that I can't even stand. And even working there for 8 hours in a smoking area, hell no. I'm not a smoker, and I'm never gonna be a smoker. And I'm like, you know what? I'm out. So, but I am working a few other gigs at my job, because where I work at, like, you choose and you cross your fingers if you get selected. And if you do get it, you better work it, because if you don't work it, you're in trouble. It can get you suspended, and if you keep it up, you're done for. And I like my job, and especially Sunnyside School District. And I'm going to acknowledge this right now. Sunnyside School District can kiss my fucking ass. They can go fuck themselves. They literally put me on hold for nearly 3 to 4 months. And I was waiting to see if, like, hey, is there any work for me? No. Is there any work for me? No. Is there any work for me? No. Until in December or November, around that time, they gave me a letter that I was one of the crew members that was completely cut out. So I was like, you know what? Kiss my ass, Sunnyside. I'm going to do Uber Eats, and then from there, I'll carry on. I did Uber Eats for about a couple of months. It was fun, but a bit risky, because driving at night, and that's where the orders, like, you know, you get a bit better tip and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? Like, Uber Eats is not my thing, so I chose to work with A-Team Security. And believe it or not, I was working in the events, and I was like a month before the pandemic was hitting, and I was enjoying my job. And then the pandemic hit, and I was like, man, I don't know, but I have this curse that I do so well in my job, really well, really well, and all of a sudden, like, something happens, and then all of a sudden I just get cut off, and I'm like, what the fuck? I do my job, I do everything right, and I'm making enough money as much as I can to help provide for this house, for my mom, and for everything, and I get cut out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I even bother? So, and believe it or not, like, behind the scenes, it's stressful. It's stressful, and I hate it when, like, I do so fucking well in my job. So freaking well. Especially in Sunnyside School District, 8-team security, and other places. And all of a sudden, I get hit by, like, sorry, we're going to have to, due to budget cuts, we can't do this. Oh, sorry, due to things getting back to normal, which is not there yet because of COVID. We'll get to that momentarily. Now we're cut down to part-time, and I like working part-time, but at the same time I want to work something full-time, at least put in 3 or 4 days, and then sometimes I work in the weekends with my uncle stocking merchandise for his hardware store truck, and I get paid a couple of bucks. It's not that bad, but fuck, like, I do so freaking well, and I ended up just getting punched in the face, and it's bullshit, and I'm sick and tired of it too, and it fucking annoys me. And crazy enough is that a lot of stuff has happened, a lot of family issues, and I don't want to get into detail, but man, I really don't want to get into detail, but a lot of stuff has happened, especially what I was trying to do. Man, I can't believe I'm actually talking about this right now, but there was someone that I liked, and I was about to make a move, like, about a couple of days before her birthday. And then I saw the pictures, and I noticed, I don't know, like, I sensed something. Like, I don't know, like, sometimes, like, you know, I can tell the future. Like, don't get me wrong, like, and don't call me crazy, but I sensed it. I was like, I don't know, like, please don't be expecting. And she is expecting, and here's the thing. I'm happy for her. I really am. And damn it, dude. And I'll be honest, I had so many years ever since. Like, I was given so many chances by many things happen, and I blew it. But all I can say is this, is that I'm happy for her. I really am, and I wish her nothing but the best, and hope everything hope everything goes well, because I do want to be a father, but I don't want to get there yet. It's not the time for me right now, because I want to get these out of the way, fix my house, find a career that best suits me, and I'm just tired of, like, you know, when I'm doing so good in my job, and then all of a sudden, like, something hits due to budget, due to contract limitations, due to budget, and I don't know, like, it just drives me insane, and it causes me to lose my fucking mind. And then when I don't know, when my mom notices, like, you know, like, what's going on, like, I don't want to talk about it, and then she notices, like, something going on. I was like, no, it's not. It's just that it's, I don't know, like, ever since Sunnyside, like, I don't know, I've been cursed, but, like, you know, like, you're doing so well, but you know what? I'll see you later. Like, I don't get it, but it's just fucking bullshit. And then someone that I liked, that I didn't even know that she was pregnant, and I was about to make a move and be like, hey, like, since it's your birthday, I was wondering if it's okay if we can, you know, catch up on all these years that have passed and, you know, talk. But after noticing a day before her birthday, she's expecting, and I'm already too late. Well, I don't want to make this a little bit melodramatic, because that's not a point about the video. I want to acknowledge this right now too, because, like, and here's the thing, like, sometimes it can be awkward, sometimes it can be I can stutter many times on these videos, but I'm a guy who loves talking about the movie and gaming industry and the comic book industry, including. And look, for crying out loud, like, are you serious? Like, I love the industry, and since the pandemic hit, like let's talk about the pandemic really quick. Um, for those who said that, oh, it's a flu, everything is fine. I'll be honest, I was right with them too. I was like, it's just the flu. Like, why is everybody hesitating? It's nothing much. I don't even know why everybody's worrying. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even knew that it was going to be a global pandemic. And my God, it hit so hard. And I didn't even know that that COVID-19 was going to be this catastrophic. And holy shit, like a couple million people died. And I lost an uncle of COVID-19 and a couple of family members too, and relatives. And a childhood friend of mine's father died of COVID-19, and I kind of feel bad for not showing up at the funeral, especially to his brothers. But man, it sucks. And I didn't even know that this pandemic was literally going to be this catastrophic and so deadly. And man, like, I don't want to get emotional here, but man, and this is what happens when everyone said, and here's the thing, I don't want to point fingers or blame people, but you know what? I don't give a shit, but I'm going to say it too. I blame it on Homeland Security. I blame it on the head, on like whoever's in charge of the airport, of like, Homeland Security, and be like, oh, he's sick, he's fine, everything is fine. And also, I don't want to get into politics, but fuck politics, because I don't like politics. Politics can turn you into a complete worst disaster of a person, and it just turns you into a complete tyrant. And I don't like politics. I fucking hate it. And all thanks to the former president of the United States. And they were even saying to him, is COVID-19 under control? Yeah, it's under control. It's fine. Way after that, and then nearly 2 months later, about a month or so later, like, now he announces that this is a pandemic. Like, this is not what we should worry about. We should buy all the toilet paper, buy all the sanitizer, buy all the soap, buy all the bleach, buy all of this, and buy all of that. What the fuck? And this happened unexpectedly, and it fucking blew my mind. And oh my God, like, this is how the world. Here's the thing: the world was irresponsible for not containing this virus and saying like, oh yeah, it's fine. Like, yeah, Ebola wasn't too bad, SARS wasn't bad. Like, yeah, this will be contained. It's just regular flu. It's fine. And look what the fuck happened. Like, and here's the thing. And I want to give this a huge fucking warning to all the Homeland Security and to the CDC too, including, because the CDC didn't even fucking bother looking at this too until like things got completely deadly, especially Dr. Fauci. And I'm not pointing fingers at him, but also to all his associates too, who was in charge of who knew that this was going to be catastrophic. What the fuck? Like, why didn't you guys contain it in the beginning? Find patient zero. Find all the people that they interacted with. Contain them, just like they contained Ebola. And it look where it ended up. And yeah, and believe it or not, it sucks. And we lost loved ones. We lost family members. I lost a couple of family members and childhood friends. And a father of his, and it sucks. But lately, little by little, the vaccine is out, and I'll be honest, I don't trust it. I was bitching about the vaccine for a long time, but I'm like, I don't know, but this vaccine will contain like the virus for quite some time, and then there's going to be another one that's going to be more potent, and it's going to be a lot more, let's just say, more effective. That this will never occur ever again, and this is going to be like the last one right here. And I keep hearing like in the news, and I don't watch the news that often, but my mom's like very crazy about watching the news. She says that you're going to be taking the COVID vaccine every single year, and I'm like, well, you know what, hell no. If there's going to be another vaccine that for example, like, you know, when you're born, you have like the shots history, like one for salmonella and one for, it has a bunch of weird names, but you know what I mean. But this one, like, you know, if they're working on one right now, and it's nearly at the final touch, at the final examinations, but if they do, like, here's the thing. If you notice that there is someone who's sick and you don't even know what it is, talk to that person and talk to the who they interacted with, and then from there, contain it. And that's it. And then if you're working in a damn laboratory, shut that fucking thing down, because if you even bother taking off your helmet in a laboratory that has a bunch of biohazard and anything that looks deadly and it's related to a virus, please don't take off your fucking mask. And here's the thing too. If you're done with that, whatever you're working on that's biohazard related, close that fucking door down. Because look what happened. Like, it's time to be, like, you know, for example, I am working on something based on that because I want to demonstrate how the world is irresponsible as of this generation because of like, oh, I see you have your arm completely cut off. Oh, you just push it back in, staple it back in, just like in Resident Evil 7, put in some rubbing alcohol, and yeah, it'll be working completely fine. What the fuck? That's not how the science works. That's not how biological things work. Like, what the fuck? Don't. And I don't want to get completely crazy here, but like, that's all the world is. And it's sad, it's being so fucking irresponsible, like, I don't know. And you know what, everybody? Now that with COVID-19 pretty much, like, you know, disappearing little by little, now that the vaccine is pretty much taking its effect, and I know there's another one that's coming out that's going to be more potent and it's going to be a lot more stronger than before, and this one's going to be the one this one will protect you from COVID-19. You're not going to be worried about any single thing. That's the one that I'm waiting on. I haven't taken the vaccine yet because I don't want to be someone's guinea pig and be tested on, because as you can see, like, let me see if I can grab this slowly. Like, I played games during the pandemic, especially Resident Evil. We'll get to this in a little bit right now, and oh my god, like, I don't want to be someone's guinea pig, and I don't want to be the test and be like, you know, later on to be turning into something that's like, like, no. I'd rather wait. So, it's better if I just wait for potent one. But I hope this serves as a lesson to the CDC, Homeland Security, and to those who work in the health department, and especially for all the nurses. And here's the thing, speaking about the nurses and doctors, I want to thank them all for doing their best they can to help patients from fighting against COVID-19. I really thank them a lot. Same thing for first responders and everybody else. Thank you. And I hope this doesn't happen again. Little by little is getting back to normal, and yes, we're still required to wear masks, especially here in Arizona. Not unlike Phoenix, Doug Ducey can shove it. He's an idiot. And I just hope there's a better and brighter future in 2022, because 2021, like, it's the year that it's building up little by little. There's some crazy things that has happened, but thankfully it's starting to pick up a little. I went back to the movie theaters, so I watched after nearly 15 months, I watched The Quiet Place, and I actually enjoyed it. I actually really, really liked it, and I think from now on, as of June and all the way beyond, I'm going to be going to the movie theaters, and I'm going to have to be, by mid-June, I'm going to take off HBO Max, because all the movies that I've been watching was on HBO Max. I've seen The Little Things, and I thought, it's okay. The ending, it just kept me guessing and left so many unanswered questions and a lot of open plot holes that I was like, well, what the fuck? And then I watched Judas and the Black Messiah, and I thought that movie was really good. I really loved it. Daniel Kaluuya was amazing, and the rest of the supporting cast was really good, and wow, the movie was just amazing. And Tom and Jerry, it's okay. I'll give it that. And what else? Oh yeah, Wonder Woman 1984. That's like the first day that I first subscribed to HBO Max. I like the first one more. This one, how they did with Cheetah, how they did with what's his name? Pedro Pascal's character. What's his name? I'll put it down here in the description below. I can't believe I forgot his fucking name. He was good, but he was a bit of a hammy villain. And, oh man, and as much as I love Steve Trevor's performance, man, they really did him dirty here. How they brought him back, I was like, ugh, that's creepy. And yeah, Wonder Woman did something that I didn't even expect for her to do. And since, let's just say, the true form of Steve Trevor, who it was behind the face, I was like, awkward. And and then later on, what else came out too? Oh yeah, Godzilla vs. I'll get to Godzilla vs. Kong. Justice League Snyder Cut. Oh my god, I absolutely fucking loved it. I watched the movie 3 times. I watched it on day 1. They called me in for work. I put in. I finished that day, and after that I came back, finished watching the rest until 2 in the morning, and wow, I fell asleep happy, and I was really excited to see what they're going to be doing. But right now, Warner Brothers is its own enemy because they don't want to make any more sequels, and they don't want to make any more movies because they say that Wonder Woman and this movie is going to be pretty much the one that's canon. This movie, here's the thing. They lined the comedy around on this one, and it's colorful, but they did Zack Snyder dirty on this one. And then now seeing the Snyder Cut of Justice League, wow, I can't believe Warner Brothers just literally dropped the ball on this. And I know Zack Snyder loves ending his movies in a very shitty way. And, for example, Sucker Punch, Dawn of the Dead, 300, and recently Army of the Dead, which I'm like, damn, Zack Snyder, like, why do you keep ending these movies in a very sad but depressing way, man? What the fuck? But I'll give him props to this. The Snyder Cut of Justice League was absolutely amazing, and those extra scenes that he added in at the very end, I'm like, wow, I'm excited for future movies. But the problem is Warner Brothers doesn't want to make any more movies. They think, just like Capcom, Shazam, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Suicide Squad is the way of the future, and that Flashpoint movie is going to be pretty much like the soft reboot of everything else, and that soft reboot Batman movie is going to be the way of the future. No! What the fuck? Like, you're not going to continue Henry Cavill's Superman? I want Brainiac, damn it. They even said that the sequel was going to tease Brainiac, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you waiting for? Give us Brainiac! But Warner Brothers just keeps scratching their fucking balls, smashing their skulls in the fucking wall, and the executives just being total fucking dickheads and assholes at the same time, and being too fucking corporate to make any more fucking movies. I mean, what the fuck? Why are you guys not making any more movies? Like, and here's the thing. This is on you. Batman v Superman. That was on you. Suicide Squad. That was on you. Wonder Woman was nearly close to failing. You wanted to take off that the no man's land scene, the part where Wonder Woman literally gets out and goes crazy and just takes down all the soldiers, and you guys want to take that scene out for no reason. Patty Jenkins even had the guts to say, no, I'm not taking that scene off. This scene is going to be one of the most iconic scenes like in this movie, and it is. And Warner Bros. Was like, okay, whatever. What the fuck? And then they did Zack Snyder dirty and the Justice League Joss Whedon cut, or should I say the Justice League. And dude, they removed so many important characters out. I'm like, they even took off Adam. They took off more scenes with Cyborg and his father. They took off scenes from like the Flash, the part where Flash and Iris West meets for the first time, and she kind of notices like that he's the Flash. And I'm like, what? And then so many important scenes from Cyborg's backstory, which was so good, and even Zack Snyder even acknowledges Cyborg is going to be the heart of the movie, and he is. And after seeing how his character got developed from the beginning and all the way to the very end, he was the heart of the movie, and they did Ray Fisher dirty. They did. And that's why Ray Fisher has the guts to talk shit to Warner Bros. And be like, you guys did me dirty so many times, and you literally like kicked Zack Snyder out. And then here's the thing. Zack Snyder lost his daughter on suicide. He lost his daughter Autumn, and he had to back out. And Warner Bros. Was like, instead of delaying the movie, they want to release it till November. Like, they didn't even let Zack Snyder mourn for his daughter's death. And that's bullshit. And then they let Joss Whedon direct the movie and cut at least 75% of the movie and put the other 75% of his cut and just completely turned it into a completely different story. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they even made Flash so fucking stupid in that version. Here, the Flash was even more iconic, and he even did an iconic scene that I was like, what is he doing? I had to watch it twice to understand it. I was like, oh, I see what he did. He pulls off a flashpoint in this one, a small hint of flashpoint, and I'm like, oh cool, that's so amazing. And nobody even understood it until I watched it the second time, and I was like, he pulled off a flashpoint. And man, that scene with Superman when he returns and then he kicks Steppenwolf's ass, and my God, Darkseid was intimidating as fuck. And I don't even know why Warner Bros. Doesn't want to continue this movie. And this movie was amazing. To me, the Zack Snyder Justice League is like a 9 out of 10, and the Joss Whedon Justice League, no, it's a 5. It's a 5 out of 10. The movie sucked. And the movie was completely half-baked, and how the way Joss Whedon did this and how Warner Brothers did Zack Snyder dirty on this one, that's bullshit. They should have said directed by Joss Whedon instead of Zack Snyder. They did him dirty here. And I know they wanted to go a bit Marvel on that one, but I was like, no, don't do it. But I just hope Warner Brothers gets their head out of their asses and understands that they fucked up. And please don't soft reboot Superman. Please give a continuation to Henry Cavill's Superman. I want to see Amy Adams come back as Lois. Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White. I want to see Diane Lane back as his mother. And Brainiac. Oh, this is tough. Aidan Gillen and Giancarlo Esposito plays a very iconic mastermind. And I hope they get the role, because please let that happen. Because, and not only that too, like, tease us that, and then another future threats that's going to be happening soon. And I hope that Brainiac is going to be the one that pretty much going to be doing the invasion first. And while that invasion happens, Superman and probably we're going to be seeing cameos from Wonder Woman, Batman, probably Flash. But I think Superman's going to pretty much do this by himself, because since it's OP as fuck, I think that we're going to be getting more to it. And I just hope we get more scenes of that. And yeah. And now to carry on with that too, Godzilla vs. Kong, man, I can't believe I talked more about the Justice League cut, but I loved it, and I can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray. Godzilla vs. Kong, which should have been renamed Kong vs. Godzilla, because it focused more on Kong vs. Godzilla, even though it was really supporting on Kong kicking Godzilla's ass, which happens once, but if you know what I mean, the movie was great. It didn't focus too much on Godzilla, it focused more on Kong, which is not a bad thing, and I just wish there was a little bit more monsters, but at least we got a really cool epic monster brawl, and it didn't focus much more on the characters that much, so I wouldn't mind that too, even though we did get to see the returning characters of Millie Bobby Brown and her father, and nothing from Aaron Taylor Johnson, since he's pretty much done with, like, you know, not appearing in the Monsterverse, which I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, come on, dude, like I know you're a bit of a bland character, but at the same time, man, like, you gotta support your role. And yeah, I thought Godzilla vs. Kong, to me, Godzilla vs. Kong is movie of the year, to me, in my opinion. Mortal Kombat 2021, I like it, but it doesn't beat the original. It doesn't beat the original. What I like about this one, it is faithful to the source material. The fight scenes are amazing. Liu Kang, I like him, but they kind of did him a little dirty on this one. It's not bad. Kano was awesome in this movie, and Kano's not my favorite character, but my God, Kano was so likable in this movie that I was like, you know what, like, as much as I really wanted Pilo Ashbeck from Game of Thrones to be in this, I was like, you know what, like, I don't mind putting in, I don't mind this guy. He did an amazing job, and I liked him too, and I just hope they don't make The Miz. Here's the thing, as much as I like The Miz, I don't see him as Johnny Cage. I would love to see Ryan Reynolds as Johnny Cage, but if Miz is going to be selected for Johnny Cage, prove me wrong, man. Prove me wrong, man, to see how you're going to nail the role. And, that's about it. And then, Those Who Want Me Dead, the one with Angelina Jolie, I thought it was okay. It was actually not bad. To me, it's like a 7. And, what else? And then I watched The Quiet Place Part 2. I went back to movie theaters after nearly 15 months, and I like it. But it doesn't beat the first one. It does end how the way the first one did, which I gave a minus on that one, and some of the scares, not so much, but we kind of get a backstory of, like, where the aliens come from, and yeah, and so on and so forth. And believe it or not, everybody, I don't want to get this completely carried away, because I'm already 30 minutes in. Next video, I'm going to be talking about my top games of 2020, and some of the games that I've been playing so far right now, as of this far. I got these 2 games right now, as of this moment. These are the movies that I only watched in theaters, and I bought them on Blu-ray, and I want to talk about them in another video, but I'm going to acknowledge this too, because I don't know if I'm going to be uploading on YouTube that often, because since I lost my audience, I want to acknowledge on what I'm going to be moving next. So I'm going to be saying this too in another video. So I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Take care.